Hello everyone, this is the JNC Connection. I'm Jovon, and since it's SummerSlam season, I have a couple of matches that are either bound to happen or probably already announced and happened, like Oba Femi versus Brock Lesnar, Hell in a Cell. We have Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship, and Io Sky versus Liv Morgan for the World Women's Championship. Okay, those matches have been announced. These matches are either very rumored to happen or pretty much almost bound to happen based off of storyline purposes. Like, rumored to happen is CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes. We don't know if Cody's going to be a world champion going into that match, especially since it's online, the spoilers. So, spoilers ahead. Yeah, Cody Rhodes won a heavyweight the WWE Championship number one contenders match, and he will be fighting I think Sami Zayn on I want to say Monday Night Raw. I want to say that I could be wrong because it's in Chicago. That's why. And CM Punk's gonna obviously come back after that match because they're moving him to SmackDown. And that's basically the only part I'm really going off of. But the match is bound to happen. It's either going to be Sammy versus Punk, Cody Rhodes versus Punk for the championship. I wouldn't be surprised if it's not for the championship. If either, because it's two mega stars. And yeah, and if that match does not happen, I have Sami Zayn versus Finn Balor versus Royce Keys for the WWE Championship. I'm just going based off main event talent that Sammy can fight. That's not Gunther or Cody, because they're gonna open the show. They're gonna have Oba fight Brock Lesnar at Hell in a Cell. So I just wouldn't be surprised that they open up the show instead of main eventing it. The next match that's pretty much guaranteed to happen is Bayley versus Lyra Valkyria. No title on the line, of course, as Lyra just turned heel very quick and easy. About a couple of, I want to say a couple of, actually it was like 2 weeks ago. It was like 2 weeks ago when she turned heel after the tag match. I could see them having a one-off. I can see them having just one match, Madison Square Garden, and then the next match at SummerSlam. I could see Bayley winning the first one or Lyra winning the first one. Bayley wins the second one, and then the next PLE, Bayley takes the or Lyra or Bayley takes the last one. I don't know how they plan on doing that. Another one that's pretty much almost guaranteed to happen. Either it's going to be at Saturday Night's main event or at SummerSlam. Trick Williams versus Ricky Sainz versus Carmelo Hayes for the United States Championship. They've been building this storyline up ever since Trick basically ended the feud with Sami Zayn. I can definitely see them doing this. Simply because, well, you have to put Trick Williams on this card. You have to put Melo on another. You have to put Melo on this card, and Ricky Sainz is very hot right now. You need to put him on the card, and this is the best way to do it in a triple threat match. I have Jade Cargill versus Charlotte Flair, just straight up wrestling match. This match has been built up, especially since Charlotte calls Jade the title. They just need a one-on-one. This is where I see this happening. The closest place I can see them not do what I see them do at Saturday Night's main event, 6 women tag match, of course. Jade's team probably wins it. Charlotte gets back, and then we get to the match at SummerSlam. And speaking with so on the women's side, I have Tiffany Stratton versus JC Jane for the Women's United States Championship. I think they're just gonna put that rocket finally on JC Jane. She needs the. I don't think she needs it, but it would be very great if she was to hold a title right now, especially since she's just coming off of her NXT Women's Championship, which was a great reign. It was a great reign to see and watch, and that's basically all I got for that one. I have Danhausen and a mystery opponent versus Dirty Dominic Mysterio and JD McDonough. Only because they've been building up this Judgment Line storyline, and you just need to put Dominic on the card. You also need to put Danhausen on the card, and whoever is like missing that really just needs like a match or a return. I think this would be a perfect spot to put them in, since Danhausen, I think he has a match with Dom at Saturday Night's main event. I don't know, but he's been on most of the posters for Saturday Night's main event since it's in New York and the Danhausen and New York saga. Next I have the Intercontinental Championship match with Penta, Ethan Page, Rusev, Jovon Evans, Rey Mysterio, and Dragon Lee. Basically your typical ladder match again. I just see them doing this because they've been feuding for the last 55,000 decades, it felt like. And I thought it was just gonna be a triple threat. Then I'm like, Javon's not gonna be on the card, Ray's not gonna be on the card, Dragon Lee's not gonna be on the card. That doesn't make a lot of sense. So that's why I figured ladder match or just a 6-man match, something like that. I have a open challenge with Damian Priest and R-Truth with the returning Big Cass and Enzo Amore. I did a little bit of research on this one. Big Cass's contract is expected to expire next week, and that's the perfect timing to, I guess, build up an open challenge for SummerSlam, especially since you didn't have Damian Priest on WrestleMania this year. So I definitely see them doing that this time, and yeah. Another match that's pretty much gonna be official any day at this point. We have Gunther versus Nick Aldis. Nick Aldis from another spoilers ahead, so you might want to speed the video up. But Nick Aldis is no longer the GM at the moment. It is Adam Pearce, and that's only because Nick Aldis in the Gunther backstage segment after Gunther lost, he pushed Nick Aldis and they got into a scuffle. That's what I see just happening. It's bound to happen. If they don't have a match at SummerSlam, then Nick Aldis probably never compete in wrestling. He's just never going to compete. Two people, before I get to my last two matches that I have here, two people I'm going to mention that I don't have on a list right now because I can't really think of anything for them. They don't really have a match, in my opinion. I have AJ Lee. AJ Lee hasn't been here since WrestleMania, so that's really not a surprise that she won't be here. Alexa Bliss, I have her getting involved after, I don't know what Jade Cargill's group is called, but I don't really have anything for them, and because she's probably just gonna interfere in that match. I have Blake Monroe and Julia. They're feuding. I highly doubt Triple H is gonna finally pull the trigger and put Julia on a PLE. But I can definitely see them doing that still. So don't mark my words, but that could also happen. I have Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker, he has no sort of storyline. He just doesn't have a storyline. They're gonna go based off the busted head, and that's probably just gonna happen. Look, okay. I'm just not gonna lie. I forgot to add Chad Gable. Chad Gable's definitely gonna have a match at that SummerSlam. He's probably gonna win the Intercontinental Championship. So you probably just have to add him into that situation, fatal 4-way match. I can see that possibly happening. I can see an 8-man ladder match happening now. Now that I'm thinking about it, because I'm just going down on the roster just to make sure I didn't miss anyone. Drew is still filming. He's filming another show, if I'm not mistaken, from the research that I've done on Drew. He is not going to be showing up until like maybe after SummerSlam. Ilya Dragunov, I highly doubt he shows up. I just highly doubt it. He just hasn't even been here that long. Joe Hendry, I had seen him booking Logan Paul versus Joe Hendry, but since it's tore his tricep, yeah, that's not gonna happen anymore. Also, KO is still injured. Yeah, he's not gonna be he's not gonna be there. Lash Legend, still, I don't think they're gonna pull the trigger on her yet, unfortunately. I see the women's tag match, but outside of that, not really. Street Profits, no. just no. I just don't see it. Like, at all. I just don't see how you put the Street Profits on this card where they would possibly, like, do something. No offense to the Street Profits, but, like, this tag division is dead. Who's gonna fight the Street Profits? The division? The Usos? Yeah, that's just not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. I'm just gonna be completely honest. This Sheamus is gonna show up after SummerSlam. That's pretty much a guarantee. I can almost guarantee that will happen. Stephanie Valkyrie, I can also see her showing up after SummerSlam. Yeah, that's all the people that I don't have an idea for yet, or they just won't be on this card. Next match that I have is Sol Ruka versus Maxine Dupree versus Becky Lynch. I definitely see Sol Ruka retaining, and this is where Maxine turns heel because she is losing. She's losing and losing and losing. Now she listens to Austin Theory. That's where I see this heel turn happening. Not her winning the belt, but I definitely see her turning heel at this PLE. And the last match I have is LA Knight and Solo versus the Usos with Jacob Fatu. I don't really have a match for Jacob Fatu at the moment. Not that I can think of. I can see them running it back with Jacob versus Solo, but nah. I just can't see it in any possibility where I can see them having another singles match. This storyline they've been building up for the last couple of weeks, and I feel like the payoff is going to be at SummerSlam. They're going to have Solo versus Jacob at Saturday Night's main event, and then LA Knight and Solo versus the Usos at SummerSlam. You need to put Jay on this card, obviously, marketing-wise. LA Knight needs to be on this card, marketing-wise. That's the only reliable reason why I see them doing this match. That is all I have for right now. I'm gonna work on some more videos very soon. I'm thinking about streaming, so let me know if you would probably like me to stream. And I'm out. Stay connected. Goodbye.